everyone. Today we are going to see some posts and conversations in social media, and we will identify if the post or conversation is an example of code switching or code mixing and its type. So the first one is a conversation in Messenger by me and my classmate. It is actually an example of intra-sentential code switching, wherein the switching of one language to another or one dialect to another occurs in between a clause or a sentence. Upon seeing the message, I already knew the reason why she code switched from Bisaya to English, and that reason is simply because there is no equivalent Bisayan translation of the phrase animated infographics. There is no other language or dialect that she can use to deliver the message that will make her receiver understand what she is trying to ask, but to state the phrase animated infographics in English. Now, let's look at the second example, which is under intersentential switching, because the switching occurs after a sentence in the first language has been completed. The next sentence starts with a new language. We believe that the author is code switching because he is being emphatic of how he used to admire educated people, but then he realized that well-mannered people are better. By doing language alternation from one sentence to another, he was able to emphasize the idea that he wanted to tell the viewers or readers of that post, which is how he liked well-mannered people better than educated ones who forgets on how to be humane. Now, the last example for code switching is another conversation by me and a friend last May 17, 2021, after the top 10 Miss Universe was announced and Miss Philippines was not able to make it to the top 10. This example is under tag switching, where the sender inserted a short Bisayan expression at the end of her message, wherein she code switched from English to Bisaya. Again, I believe that she code switched because she is being emphatic on how she feels about the result of the competition. She was so upset, and there is a need to fulfill her extreme emotion, and she need to compensate it by using her favorite expression when she is sad or disappointed. That might be the result why she was triggered into speaking in the other language for a while.
Now let us proceed to the examples for code mixing. The first example that we had gathered from Facebook is under the intersentential type of code mixing, and so the statement goes this way. Evidently, the statement contains three codes or words in English being incorporated to the Visayan language. These words include clients, outside, and transformation. And upon analyzing the statement as a whole, we think that the reason behind this code mixing is the intention of clarifying the speech content for the audience, which means that the author is trying to emphasize using the word clients that they are really doing business. And that he is also trying to highlight using the word outside in all capital letters that their business is growing bigger. Also, using the word transformation, the author is trying to reiterate that their business is maybe all about beauty or aesthetics.
Kamusta? Have you missed me? Nano is back. It has been 2 years. How are you guys? Have you been good? Or is there anything to confess? But don't be scared. Nano only punish those who deserves it.
Alright, upon watching the video, it was evident that the speaker is trying to incorporate a Filipino word, which is kamusta, alongside with the English language. In fact, she is actually a Thai actress who is trying to utter a Filipino word, which is kamusta, but modify it to Thai phonological structure. Thus, this particular type of code mixing is under intralexical type of code mixing. And we think that the reason behind this code mixing that she did is that she is trying to persuade more Filipino audiences to watch her movie. Now this time, this is still under the intralexical type of code mixing. However, the change is now evident into the morphological aspect, such as in the change on the lexical category and pronunciation of the word body into badi. So the author modified the word body into the Visayan phonological structure of badi. And that we think that the reason behind this type of code mixing is for interjection, wherein the author is maybe trying to sarcastically call out those people who are ought to read that statement.